This is a sad incident that happened recently. The culture of sleepover is something that is foreign, not native to us, the Africans, especially Nigerians. I don't know. I've only come to this country to learn about sleepover lately, where young people, young girls or young boys in secondary school age, primary school, they come together, they visit one of their homes and sleep, spend the night together. It is not really common to us. So this ugly incident happened last year, late last year. Um, Michael is a father of a 12-year-old girl whose friends, other three of of her friends, decided to have a sleepover at Michael's house. Then they came around, the girls came around, they were having the normal girls thing, chatting, watching movies. Then Mr. Michael offered to make them smoothie for them to drink. When he brought the smoothie downstairs to the girls in the living room, unfortunately, there were chunks of white substance or substances right inside the smoothie. So one of the girls refused to drink the smoothie and said she didn't like how it tastes. And then Michael went back to the kitchen to make her another smoothie. When he came back, insisted that the girl should drink that smoothie. The girl still didn't want to take it. And then Michael left the living room. So I think that should be the particular girl that tested her mom to say, please, mommy, come and get me. I do not feel safe. Sent a crying emoji that you might call me back, I might not be able to pick, but come and get me. So the parents of that girl did not respond. So it was another adult that came to pick that girl up from Michael's house. You know, when they got there, they pick up the girl, and then that adult that came alerted other parents to go get their children that they are not safe. So those parents at 3 a.m. in the morning, they arrived Michael's house with a knock on the door, asking Michael to release the girls. Michael refused that he wouldn't release the girl. They were like, give me if I want to pick up my child, I don't want my child to do the the sleepover again. Michael was like, the girls were asleep. They insisted and they pick up their children. From there, they took them to the hospital. When they got to the hospital, they carried out a lab test on them, and the result came out positive to benzos. It's a kind of substance or substance they use in treating what is it called, insomnia. You know, yes, when you are finding it difficult to sleep, they can give you such. It is similar to diazepam or something. Sorry if I pronounce those wrongly. So this was the substance that were found in these girls, and one of them had a long sleep of about 12 hours. In fact, she was already passing out. What was the plan of this man? The same question I should be asking you. And how about the mother of the house? Possibly a single dad? This was exactly how these girls, three girls, were rescued from this man's, you know, evil plan or whatever he had in mind of doing to these young girls. Nobody knew. And how about the daughter? His 12 years old daughter. They said the daughter was not texted, was not taken to the hospital for a check. And whatever that happens to the daughter afterwards, nobody reported or nobody knew. But I believe that girl must have been endangered, having a father like that who could drug her friends. He definitely had an ulterior motive. I don't know what could be his plan by drugging all three girls and certainly his daughter. So you, an African parent, an immigrant in the Western country, do you buy the idea of sleepover? I started learning about this in this very Western world. Would you give him? I mean, if you have, because a lot of parents might have done that, because I know we Africans, when we imbibe other people's culture, we do that more than those people as well. A lot of African parents might have been having sleepover, allowing their children to go to their friends' home for a sleepover, or they come. Me, in particular, have a boy who comes here, but it's not particularly for a sleepover. He actually comes because the parents work nights at times. Like this night, the boy will be coming. But then my boy goes to bed 8 o'clock. He sleeps in his separate room, and the boy sleeps in my own room. So by the time he comes here, 8:45, in fact, sometimes he joins us, we pray, especially weekends. That's when my boy goes to bed later than 8 p.m. Other than that, 8 p.m., in fact, 7 o'clock, after 7, he's going upstairs to start getting ready to take his bath and all them stuff. He has already had his supper. As at 8 o'clock or a few minutes past 8, he's already in bed when we might have finished saying our night prayer. So I don't see that as a sleepover, because sleepover is something that is planned. The girls or the boys would come, they sit down, they watch movies, they talk, or maybe a boy or a girl is having her birthday party or his birthday party the next day. The friends would come, spend the night like a bridal's night, you know, what is it called, bachelor's eve night, or all the night thing. This is what I see sleepover could mean to these westerners. But having witnessed this that happened, though Michael was prosecuted, yes, I think it was last month, sometime last month or earlier this month, because this thing happened towards the end of last year, one of the ember months, I think in August last year, 2023. But the way court case or cases are in the Western country, they take their time to bring the culprits to book. So, do you buy the idea of sleepover? Would you allow your child to go for a sleepover? Because this is really terrifying, to be honest. I don't think I would ever. I know he's a boy child, more safe or something compared to a girl child, but that notwithstanding, this is where a lot of children learn a lot of negative things, you know, because I don't really want to explain further regarding some things I've witnessed, with somebody coming to sleep in my house or all that. There are something you don't teach your child, but the next person coming, because children can actually pick up certain negative attitudes from this sleepover they do. Maybe your child has a limit at which they can use their iPad, but the child or the children that are coming to sleepover might be the ones that would be on their iPad, their tablet, in fact, as God knows how long. Some of them might be on their iPad until 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and some of them, the parents, I have witnessed this, they don't put restrictions as to what their child is allowed to watch on social media. They watch adult content, even on YouTube, no restriction. Netflix, no restriction. When constantly your child is hanging around or having somebody like that coming to sleepover or coming for sleep, having somebody like that coming for a sleepover, be rest assured that this child of yours would definitely be influenced by the other person who has that free hand as to spending hours on social media, as to watching adult content, as to using negative ways. It happens. These are just where and how a lot of children got influenced. It's not really from home. Sometimes parents do their best, but those they mingle out there with can really spoil the egg. So what is your idea of this sleepover? Would you allow your child go for a sleepover? And those of you who might have allowed their child go for a sleepover in the past, I mean, share your experience or your experiences with us in the comment section. We would probably learn from whatever you put out there in the comment section. But for me, in general, having watched this, ever before I watched this, even when they talk about school I mean, it gives me concern. Yes, my boy attends Boys Brigade in church. They are planning a trip, and this is gonna be his first time away from me. If at the very moment I heard that last Monday, my heart did mim. you know, though he has gone swimming with them, but they've been to places, but they just came back the same day. But this is their trip. They've not even said if they're sleeping or not. But once I heard a trip, yeah, I don't know if it is gonna be a day or 2 days, but I'm already worried. But I know that sometimes these children they will still grow up, leave us as well. Yes, and it is normal to be concerned and worried as a parent. Have your children ever had sleepover? Would you also allow your child to go for a sleepover? Imagine what could have happened to those girls if one of them didn't refuse to have that drink, even when she insisted that she didn't want it. The man went and made another smoothie, and others did not consider nothing. They all drank those things and slept off. But that one was wise. In fact, that girl must have been a messiah that rescued the other girls. If not, who knows what the man was planning to do by the time those kids fell asleep. I don't know. I cannot say the word that I don't even know. Anyway, thanks goodness that they got rescued. And now parents are having eyes on their children. If you watch the comment section, a lot of parents are already saying never again. I wouldn't allow my child go for a sleepover. Some are saying sleepover is foreign. Some are saying it's where they learn this, it's where they learn that. Would you allow your own kid go for a sleepover. For me, it's a capital no. Anyway, thank you very much for your time. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and keep coming for more upload as this. I look forward to reading all your comments in the comment section. Bye for that.